Tip of the ears to you. Tony Joe here, Lisa is here, and we are bringing you our top 3
at each park.
At each park at Walt Disney World.
Minus the water parks.
We are going to discuss, like Lisa said, our top 3 favorite rides. I don't know her answers, she doesn't know my answers, and we're going to break this down into 4 parks. We're going to start Magic Kingdom. We're going to go 3, 2, 1. 3 being the least best,
Well,
to 1 being the best.
not least best.
Well,
Because it's still your top 3.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, it's your favorite, so it's still like, yeah.
Third place.
Third place. Lisa, what is your 3rd favorite ride?
For my Magic Kingdom list, I'm not completely bought in, because I like way too many rides.
Yeah, there's a lot.
My 3rd favorite is Splash Mountain. I like that one. But
Yeah.
it was closed when we were down there because it was closed for refurbishment.
That's a good pick. Number 3 for me is Pirates of the Caribbean.
I knew that one was going to be somewhere on your list.
I love that.
I know you do.
It's a boat ride and it's a dark ride.
And it's Pirates.
And it's Pirates of the Caribbean. What's not
Jack
to love?
Sparrow.
Yeah, Jack Sparrow. Number 2 for you.
I put the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train down.
Excellent.
I like that coaster.
Excellent.
And we rode in the front for that one as well.
Yes, that one we did right in the front.
And when we rode the front for Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, that one wasn't as fun in the front.
No.
Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, I mean, I would still rather be in the back.
Or the middle.
But it wasn't as bad as far as going down the hills in the front where it starts off slow. Because once, after that first hill, then every other hill was just as fast.
Number 2 for me is going to be Space Mountain. Love that ride. Oldest ride, still the longest line. I love that ride. It's an original. That was my very first roller coaster I went on in Disney World. You know, years when I was a young, little guy.
The 1-inch man.
Like the 1-inch man. Number 1 for you, Lisa.
My number 1 is Space Mountain.
That's surprising. I didn't think that would be your number 1. It's a fan favorite. Absolutely.
I think I know what your number 1 is.
I bet you don't.
Really?
I bet you don't. You might actually. It's either one of the 2.
Can I guess?
Yeah, you can guess.
Jungle Cruise.
That's correct.
I knew it.
I thought you were gonna say Peter Pan. Again, it's a boat ride. And 2, I love the dry sense of humor because it reminds me of myself. I'm very dry sense of humor. I only crack myself up. Now, this one was a little bit easier to do.
Hollywood Studios, because there's only 4 rides right now.
For right now, because of all the construction going on, there's only 4 rides because they're still doing Toy Story Land and Galaxy's Edge. Excuse me. That's a bit stuck in my throat. So that's coming out, the Star Wars Land. 2018 will be Toy Story Land, and then 2019
and
Star
we
Wars.
got to see the model of Toy Story Land, and Slinky has his coaster.
Yeah.
And didn't they say that Slinky had like arrived earlier in the week?
Yep, I saw pictures and video of that. My number 3 is going to be Toy Story Mania.
That's my number 3.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. That is such a fun ride. It's
I
so
love
fun.
it.
Lisa can't beat me though.
Shut up. I like it
She
though,
can beat me in the other one.
the Buzz Lightyear one in
Yes.
Magic Kingdom.
The Space Ranger. She
But
can beat me in that.
I like the Toy Story Mania one better than the Buzz Lightyear one because it's easier to see what you're aiming at.
Yeah.
Like the Buzz Lightyear one in Magic Kingdom, it's just lasers that are coming out of your Space Ranger gun, and
Yeah.
you're shooting at Z's. The Z's aren't hard to see, but it's hard to figure out where your lasers actually.
Yeah, you just sit there and you're just like shooting and you don't know
Going.
what you're shooting at.
Whereas Toy Story Mania, I mean, it's 3D,
Mm-hmm.
but you can clearly tell where your targets are hitting.
Yeah. Okay, so Lisa, since ours was the same with number 3, what's your number 2?
Rock and Roller Coaster.
Great ride. Great roller coaster.
Which now you'll know what my number 1 is then too.
Yeah, I will.
But yeah, I love Rock and Roller Coaster. One of my favorite coasters probably actually my favorite coaster at Walt Disney World. All of Walt Disney World. He usually yells at me when we're on that ride because they play the Aerosmith songs, but all he can hear is me screaming.
Yeah, and I'm trying to sing along to it.
Which is why I lost my voice on vacation.
Yeah.
Because I'm a screamer when it comes to rides. I love thrill coasters, so like Universal Studios is even worse.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm screaming the whole time.
So if we're ever at the parks together and you see us on that ride, and you hear screaming, that's from Lisa, and if you hear singing, that's just me. I don't scream, I don't do nothing. I just start singing to the songs and bobbing my head
Or
back
you
and
go,
forth.
woo!
Yeah. Number 2 for me was Tower of Terror. So I already know what your number 1 is. No, Tower of Terror is great. I love that. Because it's not the same ride twice.
No, it's not.
No, and you got to ride it in the day and at night. I think night's a little better.
You missed when we were there Friday night.
Yes.
He missed it when the cast member, went through and made sure everybody's seatbelts were working properly. And she gets out, so the elevator closes. Right as the elevator was closing, she was like, "Oh, you should have taken the stairs," and like put her hands up on the glass so that all we saw was like shadows as we went up.
Yeah, I did miss
He
that.
missed that.
I think I was getting my camera ready. Lisa, can we guess what your number 1 is?
I think you could guess what my number 1 is.
It's gonna be Star Tours.
No.
Ah,
Tower of Terror is my number 1. I went back and forth with which was my favorite between that and Rock and Roller Coaster.
yeah.
But I think I made Tower of Terror my number 1 for the very point that you made of that it's never the same ride
Yeah.
more than once.
No, never is. And that brings me to my number 1, which is Rock and Roller Coaster, which is why Lisa explained. So that will bring us to Epcot. Now, Epcot doesn't have a lot of rides either.
And Epcot was kind of easy because there aren't as many rides that we really ride there anymore.
Lisa, what is your third?
Mission Space.
That was mine
The
too.
orange one.
Yes, that was mine as well.
The orange mission is the more intense mission.
Yes.
Like, you can really feel that G-force on you.
Oh man, well, as soon as you like look up and you go, like when it does,
It's like you just feel it right on your chest.
I told Lisa, literally had tear come down my face, like out my eye, just down, dripping. I don't know what it is about that G-force and how they can get it in a simulator
It's awesome,
that
though.
strong. It's almost like 4Gs.
And once you ride the orange one, and if you
More.
really enjoy the orange one, riding the green one is just...
Yeah.
Although we haven't done the refurbished green one where you just travel around Earth.
Yeah, and the green one, you no longer go to Mars like the orange crew does. Like I said, that was my number 3 as well. Number 2 for me is Living with the Land.
But once we hit the greenhouse, then I'm like looking at all the fruits and vegetables and the fish
Yeah.
that they're growing in there. Neat part was going down during Food and Wine Festival. When you get to the greenhouse section, they actually had like little pegs in showing like this is what we used for this country's dish for Food and Wine Festival.
Lisa, what's your number 2?
Test Track.
Yes.
I like Test Track. That ride's really fun too.
It's the fastest it's not even a roller coaster,
Fastest
fastest ride
ride.
in all of Disney World. It goes 65 miles an hour. Number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1 for me is Soarin'.
Soarin'.
Yes.
Mine too.
Oh, I love Soarin'.
Soarin'. Ever since they redid it,
Yeah, the refurb on that. Oh, it's amazing.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love, because now you actually travel the world instead of just hang gliding over the United States.
Yeah.
You get to hang glide all over the world.
Oh. And the graphics are so good.
And they have a nice smooth transition into each scene too, which I like.
Yeah, I really like the transition. Like when you see the elephant throwing like dirt or
And then all of a
whatever,
sudden you're like...
bam, we're in somewhere else. I forget.
India, I don't know.
Yeah, I forget the next scene that's after that.
I don't remember the order, but...
Yeah, it's great. I love Soarin'. I highly recommend that to everybody. So that brings us to our last.
But my favorite park. Am
I
I
don't know.
allowed to quick change some of mine?
No, you gotta stick to what you
Darn
have.
it!
As soon as it's like a test, Lisa. As soon as they say pens down, you can't change the
But
answer.
I forgot.
So I'm gonna start with my number 3, the Kilimanjaro Safari.
That's the one that I wanted to quick add onto my list because
Too late.
I love the safari ride.
All the exotic animals, and it's the longest ride too. It's seriously like 20 minutes long,
Yeah.
maybe a little longer.
And what's neat about it, which I've never gotten to do it at night, but I would like to just
Yeah.
because I think it would be a little different. I mean, every ride you go on is going to be different because the animals are what make that ride. Well, since I wasn't allowed to edit my list, because
Nope.
safaris would have made it, My number 3 is the Kali River Rapids.
Love that.
However, I've been disappointed the last few times we've gone on because I haven't gotten as wet.
Awesome. So my number 2 is gonna be Dinosaur.
That's my number 2.
Yes. Love Dinosaur. You know, so I don't even know what it is about that ride that I like. It's a dark ride, so obviously that's cool. It's dinosaurs.
For me,
I don't know what it is.
I think I like it because the very first time I went on it, I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know if it was a roller coaster. And it's not, but I don't know what type of ride it is. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but
yeah.
You're pretty much in this time machine truck Jeep
thing, yeah.
And you're going back to the dinosaur era because they're trying to bring back one of the dinosaurs before the meteor shower hits. I think I enjoy it so much just because it's jerky, like you are on rough terrain and then quick stopping. And
there's a lot of thrills, like little scare pop-ups, you know.
Yeah.
That, I mean, I don't get it, scared too much, but you get these little pop-ups and you just go, oh, what was that? You know, so it's really cool because I think that helps because of how dark it is.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
3, 2, 1. Flight of Passage.
That is seriously.
That is my favorite ride, not even just in Animal Kingdom, but in all of Walt Disney World. Yeah. I love that ride.
That is.
That's in Pandora.
That's in Pandora. We couldn't get a fast pass for it. No
they
way.
Were sold out.
But we were lucky enough to ride it twice. Much things do, but just so much to look at.
You can feel the banshee breathing against your leg.
Yeah, that was really weird.
They have a lot of they added a lot of sense to it.
Yeah. It's seriously like
the
what
second
Lisa
time
said.
we went on it, I actually felt water spritzing up when we were going towards.
See, I didn't. Oh wait, man, I might have felt.
I didn't
something.
feel it the first time. I only felt it the second time, but hands down the greatest ride in all of Walt Disney World.
It's Soarin' on steroids. Down.
Best ride
in
ever.
all of Walt Disney World. In all of Walt Disney World. So that's it. Those are our top 3 at Walt Disney World. We went over Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. Subscribe, give it a like, give it a thumbs down, whatever you feel like doing. Or just watch because of curiosity. You know, however, doesn't matter. You know. All right, guys, that's it. Have a good one. Vlog finito.